forecast. To my left, we have Alex himself. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everyone.
For a second there, I thought I caught you off guard and you were chewing on something, but no, you weren't. It's just you moved your mouth. And to my right, we have Garrett. Garrett, how you doing?
I'm doing swell.
Swell today, peachy tomorrow. This is the Wednesday Comics forecast, telling you the comics coming out for January 31st, 2018. That's the last Wednesday of January 2018. Also a fifth week again. Is this the second month in a row?
Unicorn.
Second month in a row, though, right? December had one?
Or
was it November?
I think it might have been November. I think December we didn't. Let me look at my calendar.
It was November.
So.
It was November.
November, son.
It was November, so we got a 5 week,
yeah.
We got a 4 week, we got a 5 week. And it doesn't happen too often, but it did happen the last 3 months.
Nothing is more glorious than a fifth week of comics because it's the unicorn week.
And this fifth week is more like a normal fifth week. So let's get right into it. Dark Horse Comics, the first, I believe this is the first. It's the first one that I've seen with this logo on it. Hungry Ghost #1. This is Anthony Bourdain's book. Anthony Bourdain, if you know him from television, he's a television personality. He wrote a book once called Get Jiro. It's pretty good. It's about chef. And this is the first, it looks like, of Burger Books. She came over from Vertigo, and now she's having her own line of books. And so I think this is the first one in the line. So that may be interesting to check out if you're interested at all. Anthony Bourdain usually does stuff about food. Looks like it's going to be about food. So DC Comics, here we go. You know, there's a series that I find I hold true to my heart. I don't really get it, by issue that often. But Astro City number 50, it's hitting its 50th issue, which I'm not sure if that's exact numbering because it's been renumbered a couple times, but this will be issue 50 with Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson, Alex Ross on the cover. As always, I think Alex Ross has done all the covers.
I believe so.
I'm going to pick this up. It is a sequel to the Eisner-nominated The Nearness of You. It's considered to be Astro City's best story. So I am going to pick that up, and I'm going to assume it's going to be A+. So we'll see. A book that hasn't come out for a while, right? Am I remembering this correctly? Dark Knight's Metal, number 5 of 6. This is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, the fifth installment of the 6-issue series. Is this book been out now for a while? Number 4? When did number 4 come out?
I thought it was November.
So it's been a couple of months. Alex, are you excited for this fifth issue?
You know what? I am, but I'm not. It's one of those books that it's taken so long for it to come out that, in all honesty, I forget what the hell's going on. So, am I excited when I get it? Yes, because Greg Capullo, I've missed that art. But I could take it or leave it.
This was when number 4 came out. It had previously on, right? Where it told you what happened last time?
Right.
So, that one was delayed. And now we have this one that's kind of also, like you said, a couple months ago. So I think you're right. I do like this series, but it also takes a little bit to figure out what's going on, where we're at, and stuff like that.
I just heard that Hawkman Found today, which was the one right before this issue, and I'm excited for it. But again, I think they're going to do a previously page because it's been. I think it was the beginning of November when it came out too. So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been Alex said, if you paid me $1,000 right now, probably you could go 10,000, 100,000, whatever. You could pay me $1. I don't remember what happened in the last issue. There's nothing right now. I'm trying to recall it. Nothing's coming out.
You run into the dragon. It's Hawkman's evil force.
Wait a second. You told me you didn't remember what was going on. Now you're going to tell me the full synopsis?
I was thinking about it while you were talking. Your monochromatic, annoying sound of voice, just hey, I remember what's going on.
And Hawkman Found is about him getting to that point.
So.
Well, it should be good. Like you said, it's good when it comes out, but actually, no, I didn't really enjoy 4 that much, but we'll see. Deathstroke Annual #1. This is Christopher Priest, Ryan Sook on the cover with Dennis Cowell on the art. An innocent man, Team Defiance, is pushed to the edge of oblivion when one of their own ends up dead, and Deathstroke is to blame. Is this the end of Slade Wilson's hero turn? This book has been great. This is the finale of Defiance that's been leading up to this, where Deathstroke, he tried to be good. Didn't work out so good, but we'll see. Christopher Priest, we learned today, or a couple days ago, that he's writing Justice League right now, and that is going to be a short little run. And Scott Snyder's taking over Justice League. So if you're looking for your Christopher Priest, I guess this is the only book you got to get.
Oh, with the No Justice or whatever?
Yeah, with No Justice. That's Christopher Priest's end. So great writer. I mean, DC would be great to lock him down, but I don't think that's an option that they're giving him. So Detective Comics Annual #1. This is James Tynion IV. Eddie Burroughs coming back from his long sleep to do the art in this, and also Ember Ferra. Clay, here it is. It's a shocking, heartbreaking origin of Clayface, including his first conflict with Batman. Ooh, this sounds like it might be pretty great. Gary, what do you think? Clayface origin, you ready for that?
Yeah, I think so. I think, Clayface has been increasing his fandom through Detective Comics, and people want to see. I mean, obviously they know that he was a villain at first, so see how he started out, kind of maybe understand him more as he currently is. The only issue I have is where's that classic Batman suit if this is Clayface's first appearance?
Agreed.
And you're thinking, this is what Alex would say in this situation, but just calling it as I see it.
It might just be that cover.
Well, that's a poor choice for an origin issue.
Alex, what do you think? Clayface, I know you're a fan of the Clayface. Watching his origin, are you excited to see it, or do you think it's something that you've already seen a million times?
It depends on how they do it, because the Clayface I know for an origin story was from the animated series of Batman, the 1992, 93, and 94. If they take a little different spin on it, I'm fine with that. I have really enjoyed Clayface, so it'll be nice to see his roots. I'm actually not caught up on the last issue of whatever the arc is called. I don't remember, but I'm excited to see what this book's got in store. I always do enjoy annuals. Annuals are usually one of those nice little special buys we get.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, every once in a while you get just like a one-shot story that's not really worth the $4.99. But if they use it for a significant moment like this, like we've been having Clayface, he's been a main part of Detective for a while. So to use this as an origin issue makes sense. Same thing with Defiance. That's the finale. And moving on here, Flash Annual #1. This is the Flash War Prelude. So you use the annual as a prelude. The biggest Flash story of 2018 starts here with a special story starting the classic Wally West, who's conflicted over whether or not to let Iris West know he is alive, and he'll need the help of Flash to figure out what to do. Alex, they call you the Flash Master. That's what I heard. Grandmaster Flash is what I call you every day. Are you looking forward to this issue of Flash?
I must be so fast that I've never heard anyone ever call me that. Flash for me lately has been one of those books that I enjoy when I read it, but it's never a top stack book of, holy shit, the Flash is coming out. So I don't know, but I know that from you guys at least, I've not read enough pre-52 Flash stuff that original Wally West is an ass kicker and is a great Flash. So I'm excited to see what this has in store for me, but I have no anticipations for it. Any expectations? Are
you excited for Flash Wars at all?
I have no idea.
What about you, Garrett? What do you think?
I think very excited that Wally West will be in this book. I think, I dropped off Titans.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was very repetitive storylines with Wally always getting killed or dying or having a heart attack, whatever. So I'm hoping that I don't need, if Wally's starting to work his way back into the Flash book, I don't really need to read Titans to know what's been going on with Wally. But he is a character I have missed seeing, do his own thing. So I think what perfect way than coming back into the Flash, the fold of it. And I have no idea what's happening in this Flash Wars. I haven't even heard anything about it until seeing that cover. Obviously it has something to do with Reverse Flash and Barry, so I don't know. Very excited because, I really love the mythology of the Flash. It instantly makes me think of Flash Rebirth when I see that cover. So I'm very excited to see what happens because I think that, we've seen the arc with Reverse Flash before with Iris and things like that. That was the best arc of the series so far. That I think we need a refresher. We need something to strive toward instead of just kind of filling in time.
Is that supposed to be Reverse Flash's outfit? I thought that was Kid Flash.
Is it Kid Flash's? I thought it was reverse. Let me see.
Yeah, I think it's Kid Flash's.
I didn't look at the logo on the chest.
Faced in the same way as.
Yeah, it's his Cal too. It's Kid Flash.
Yeah, it's Kid Flash. You're right. Whatever. Speedsters in general. It's going to be heavy in Flash mythology, so I'm excited for that. Anytime, the Speed Force is involved, or like, obviously, the more Flash characters, the better. When it's about like Tar Man or whatever.
I agree that it's great that it's going to be trying to do this big thing. So I am excited to see what happens. I mean, it's more me hoping than expecting. So we'll see what happens. Also, congratulations, Joshua Williamson, Birthright being turned into a movie. So there you go, your original creation. So that should be interesting if they keep that original story intact. I
hope they bring Godspeed into this Flash war.
I'm sure he'll be there. I'm sure he'll be
there. I realize they probably won't, but
he was just in the last arc. So
if we're having, but he wasn't. To me, he wasn't even Godspeed. He was just August.
Power dampener.
I'm sure he'll be in it. You can't have a book be like, this is the biggest Flash story ever, Flash Wars, and not throw everything into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JLA Doom Patrol Special Number 1. This is the Milk Wars Part 1. Hey guys, those ads weren't incorrect. It is starting weekly in January, just at the end.
Yeah.
Writer Steve Orlando, Gerard Way, Magdalene Visaggio. Hey, and also art by ACO. Hey, there you go, Sergeant America. I know you like ACO. Sonny Liu, and a cover by Frank Whiteley. Now, if you look at the synopsis, there's a lot of information here. I'm not sure if that gives away a lot of what the plot is, so I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to say, hey, I don't read Doom Patrol on the regular. I'm going to catch up on that thing on trades. JLA, obviously Justice League, I'm in. But you just look at that cover, you see the Milkman's here. I'm all in. It looks fun. Look at that preview too. It's not on previous world, but if you search for it, you'll find. I think it's on Newsarama or Comic Book Resources, one of the two. The art in this book looks amazing. Like, I looked at it, and the panel work is crazy, which I wouldn't expect anything different from ACO. I think this book is in this 5-issue event thing. It's going to be a weekly event, which is the only thing downside for me, but still, I'm going to get it. I think it's going to be really fun and silly, and I am really looking forward to this. Anybody else?
Absolutely. Just with that Frank Whiteley cover alone, am I looking forward to it. But I know that's not what the art's going to be on the inside. But I think that it'll help. Like, a lot of those characters I don't know that well, but I think having, it cross over with the DC universe will help me understand these characters that people are obsessed with. Like, I haven't found that reason why everyone's like crazy about, like Doom Patrol or like all these offbeat character groups and things like that. So I'm excited to find out. I mean, I'm still trying to find that nugget of why Doom Patrol is so amazing. So hopefully that'll help explain it.
I know very little about this book. The only thing that really is pulling me in is that Frank Whiteley cover. And I am one of those, I'm leeching off your guys' excitement because I don't look into what a future book is about. I'm just going with, these two are excited. We'll probably talk about it on a book show at some point in time that I can give you my, I don't know what to expect. So I'm going into this blind, Daredevil style.
I think
I can't even hear. I got dampeners on.
I think what Garrett said is exactly, like, if you were interested at all in any kind of Doom Patrol, but you're like, I don't know anything about them, I think this is the perfect place to, like, pick it up, because that Justice League inclusion, that DC inclusion, is going to be enough for you to be like, oh, I know who those guys are. Like, and then, you're on along the ride, you get to know these characters, and then maybe that's enough for you to go back and start reading Doom Patrol, start reading, Mother Panic, all these books that are going to be involved. So, looking forward to it. Looks like it's going to be fun. The Gerard Way fun that we love from Umbrella Academy. So,
even though he's not writing it, but
it says he is.
What?
It says Steve Orlando, Gerard Way.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. I just saw Steve Orlando.
Motherlands 1 of 6. This is a miniseries from Cy Spurr, Rachel Stott on art here. In a crazy future where unhinged technologies and interconnected parallel Earths had given a rise to a spectacular class of super criminal. The most beloved celebrities aren't actors or rock stars, but the bounty hunters who traverse an exotic multiverse in search of impossible prey. So this is the first issue. The question I have is this is for mature readers only, it says. I'm not sure if, like, because, they group Vertigo and DC together now. It doesn't say that it's a Vertigo book, but I'm assuming that it is, because I don't think DC puts out mature books like that are just 100% original. So I thought I would bring that up because I am excited if that is a Vertigo book. I'm excited that Vertigo is going to be starting to do something with their line, because I don't think we've had a Vertigo book in since what's that? What was that? Unfollow. Since that ended, I don't think we've had one, right? Or what?
I don't think so.
What was that Gail Simone book you were getting, Alex?
The Clean Room?
Yeah, has that been over for a while?
Yeah, it was done at issue 18 as well, so I think it's probably been about the same 6 to 7 to 8 months.
Yeah, I know DC
if not longer.
They said they're going to try to reboot Vertigo, like bring it back in 2018. So I'm not sure if this is the start. You think you would have heard more by now about the start of it, so I'm not sure about that, but it does seem like it would be a Vertigo book. But maybe not. Maybe DC's trying something new, so go ahead and try that out here. Hey, another book in the line of the New Age of Heroes, The Silencer Issue 1, Code of Honor. This is Dan Abnett, Sandra Hope, and John Romita Jr. She's one of the DC's universe's deadly assassins, and you've never heard of her. Super strong, highly trained, armed with devastating and stealthily meta-human abilities, the Silencer is virtually invincible. This is a book, I think I made a declaration on this show, or on the main show, that I was going to try out all the New Age of Hero books, mainly because they're all $2.99, which is great. It's great, but I forgot that John Romita Jr. was doing the art on this one, and I don't care for his art, so there's no way I'm going to be able to read this issue. I know, Garrett, you said you weren't going to get it. Alex, you can try this out?
I don't know. There's a part of me that I like the idea of her being an assassin. I really do. But I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Marvin, that I'm not a fan of Romita Jr.'s art. There's been good, like I was telling you guys earlier before the show, I liked his Captain America art from a couple years ago. But then we did the All-Star Batman, and I wasn't as keen on it. So I'm kind of hit or miss. I don't think I'm going to get it, but who knows? I may look through it and go, wow, this looks really great.
I don't like the way he draws humans. Like in that Captain America, when we had all those other creatures, that was fine to me. But when it's like humans, I don't know. There's something about the way he draws them. They all look the same to me. They all look blocky, and I just can't get into it. But
agreed.
But I mean, Dead Abnett is a great writer. So like if anything's going to be great in this book, it's going to be a strong story. So I am curious, and I'll check on it tomorrow to see if this gets good reviews and people say it's great. Maybe I will eventually check it out. Like a month after it comes out on digital, it's like $1 or less. So for $2, I might try it out. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Never mind. IDW Publishing, not much here. We got some, their usual Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, and the always Garrett's favorite Star Wars Adventures, Force of Destiny.
Force of doesn't matter because it's not real.
That's all we have for IDW. Hey, no Turtles this week. Usually it's at least one a week, right?
Now it's only Universe and the ongoing stuff. So
there's no more minis.
It might be taking a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Let's move on to Image Comics. We have Bonehead number 2. This is, Brian Hill and Ronald Marcellus. Bonehead number 1, I know you guys enjoyed. Am I talking out of school here?
No, I loved issue 1.
Issue 2 coming up. Hey, that cover's pretty great.
The art inside by, is it Marciello or however you say his name? Marcellius is amazing. It's great art. I mean, it really pops. It just looks fresh. And got to give props to my boy Brian Hill, who wrote Postal. Like, I think the story's killer. I think he's doing a lot more script work this time around because you can tell there is a lot of like text, but there's a lot of visual storytelling as well. So I think that's what I enjoyed about issue 1.
But it helps that the main character can't speak.
Right, which is I like
emojis
that.
And I know, I do too.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. The first issue I was reading, I was like, oh, it's kind of not wordy, but one of the other characters talks a lot. It pissed me off. But then the main character, he can't talk, so he just kind of makes faces and stuff. I don't even remember if it's on his face. Anyway, it's pretty good, and that the colors are great.
Yeah.
Like you said, it really makes the art pop.
Main character's name is 56. I love that. I don't know why, but just it's cool.
God Complex number 4. This is Paul Jenkins, Brian Lai, and Henry Pastea.
Prasietta.
At this moment of truth, after his confrontation with the revolutionaries, Seneca is getting rebuilt by the rulers in a desperate measure to find the missing god, Trinity.
Seneca.
I know you guys both like this book. Am I correct?
Yes.
Hey, this art is actually, I'm looking at the preview right now. Not half bad. Looks pretty good.
He's the same artist as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
It's good art. The book is good, but it's kind of dense material. It's not quite as
You know what dense means, right?
Yeah.
So what do you mean it's kind of dense material?
Because it's not just, oh, look at these gods do this fun stuff. It's more of a crime book than what I was expecting.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were going to go
dense means like thick and, it's beating around the bush a little bit more.
I'm just checking.
I don't think you knew what dense meant.
No, I thought you were using dense as like dull. Whatever.
That's you, no. Garrett. We use Garrett as dull.
You're dull.
So God Complex, if you want a book about gods, but also there's some crime, and the art looks great, get that book.
I would say it's a parallel like Blade Runner, but just dealing with like famous gods that you know.
Don't throw that analogy out there. Then I'm gonna have to get this book.
I've been telling you since issue 1 that it's like Blade Runner.
I'm surprised you don't get this book, Marvin.
See, go get it digitally, like you were saying.
I never.
But to be fair, I've never seen Blade Runner. I know, sacrilegious right there. So I don't know what the suggestion is you're making.
Here's my rule of thumb for my life. I don't listen to you at all. You two. Just kidding. I wonder. See, this is the thing. I can't keep declaring I'm going to try a book out and then never try it out. I got a list. I got so many already. I got to put this one on the back burner.
Why? This one on the front burner.
There's nothing about it that for me is like, read this now. It looks like Alex was saying, that it's trying to be, and maybe just because I see the word God Complex, and yes, I know that does not mean the book is like super complex for no reason. It just sounds convoluted to me. I don't know why. You know what? Yep. When did issue 1 come out? A couple months ago? 3 months ago?
4 months ago.
I'll look it up after this show. If it's on sale, like if they reduce the price, I will purchase it and I will read issue 1.
Okay.
Speaking of a book you guys are on that you've been telling me to get, Realm number 5. This is Seth Peck and Jeremy Hahn. You guys have been saying that it is, what did you say, Alex? Dungeons & Dragons meets what?
Meets Last of Us.
Last of Us. This book, here's the difference. You guys have been telling me to get Complex, but I have no interest. This book I actually have super interest in. I'm just waiting for a trade, so. And I'll read it then. But how's this book? You guys looking forward to issue number 5? Is it still going great?
I think there's been a big gap in time though since issue 4 came out. So that I'm kind of
in the book, like in the book, or issues coming out.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, because like issue 4, I felt like came out late October, early November. Because it did not come out in December, did it?
I think it did, but I think it came out in the beginning of December because I just read it last week. But I'm also behind.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I have one. That's my next on my stack. So that's just my fault. But it feels like it's been forever since I read issue 3. So then I guess because I haven't read 4 yet. But hopefully it looks like this is the end of the first arc.
Yeah, I think what happened at the last one. This is one of those books that it is kind of a slower burn. Like there's some action in each issue. But we haven't really gotten into all these different factions that were shown. And there's another, not necessarily a main character, but there's another, I'm going to call him road warrior type of character, who is just out killing orcs and goblins. We actually either introduce him to the team, or we just get a whole issue of him kicking ass.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell this book is going to be around for the long haul because it's not giving you a lot; it's just giving you little pieces at a time. So I don't see this series ending anytime soon.
Gary.
No, to be fair, we thought about that crosswind too. That hey, who knows?
No, you were kind of calling that it was getting kind of winded.
Nice.
Hey, Gary, you still getting Spawn?
Say that again?
Are you getting Spawn
No,
still?
he's not.
No, I'm done.
This is the Dark Horror conclusion. This is the end of the arc. You're going to get it to the end of the arc?
I didn't get the last issue.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I can't do it anymore. That art does not work with me. The story is just crap.
I did see something in the synopsis that would make you, like, I know it would make you mad and you wouldn't like this issue. It says here, this issue marks the introduction of a new character, soon to have its own image book. And I know you hate when an issue feels like it's an ad to like get another book, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's just, and you can see that Todd McFarlane's nowhere to be found. Like, I don't think Spawn's been spawned for the last year, so I poop on me for joining this book from issue 250 because, geez,
he's too busy on that movie. That's why he's too busy doing that movie.
I know they should just reboot it like they've rebooted every other Image franchise from the beginning.
Maybe they will when that movie hits. Maybe you'll get a reboot, and then
God, I hope so.
Marvel Comics, speaking of Marvel, having a good week with Black Panther reviews coming out online and also Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer out. I guess that's Marvel Studios, so not really Marvel Comics, but overall they're doing okay. All new Wolverine number 30. This is Tom Taylor. Juan Cabal with a Dan Mora cover. Orphans of X Part 6, the final epic battle between Wolverine, Daken, and the Orphans of X. It all ends here. Garrett, how's All New been?
It's been really good. I think if you like Laura Kinney as Wolverine, you're definitely getting everything you need. I'm not a big fan of Daken or however you say his name. I don't know. I feel like the spotlight should be on Laura, and if not her, Gabby. So I'm not a big fan of. I hope he goes away after this arc, but he sticks around. It's not horrible. But I mean, the comedy's still been there. The story's getting better. I mean, I hit a dry spell with that there was an arc right before Legacy where they got poisoned. So I think that was the weakest part of the series, but I think it's starting to pick back up to where it was before. So
this is unfortunately one of those things that I love Wolverine, and that weak point in was issue 23 and 24, and I couldn't. It wasn't doing it for me anymore.
Yeah,
so I'm glad that you stayed on it, but it kind of ruined Wolverine for me. So I'm glad that I get Old Man Logan.
Right.
Question at the end of this
spot for me.
At the end of this issue, we're going to get another installment of Where in the World is Wolverine.
I don't think so.
What's that thing called?
Yeah,
there's a button on it.
You would see it in the bottom right corner.
Oh, okay.
On the cover, it shows Wolverine's face.
Hey, by the way, the next one in line here, but I'm not sure if any of us are still on board. Defenders number 9. Anybody else on board? Alex?
I think I'm the only one of the three of us who's still getting it.
Brian Michael Bendis, David Marquez, Kingpins of New York, Part 4. Let me read this last bullet point. Some will rise, some will fall, and there will be new Defenders. I believe they announced this book is done after Brian Michael Bendis leaves, so I'm not sure why they said there'll be new Defenders. But maybe they just meant this installment's going to end and then there'll be a new Defenders book. I'm not sure. Whatever.
Well, I'm going to finish this series out, and then I'm not going to pick up a new Defender series.
Let me ask you...
Unless the team that they're showing me right now is on that book, where it's Black Cat, Elektra, White Tiger, maybe I'd get it. Be like Fearless Defenders for me.
I was going to say that the cover doesn't show a bad team, so I would get that, yeah. But we'll see. Curious, you're finishing it out. Is it more because you're hoping that the rest of it's going to be great, or just for completion's sake?
It's because I'm crazy and I want to complete it, so...
How many issues?
It has nothing to do with the story. 2 more. This one and then 10.
I should have stopped after Deadpool first showed up in that book. Would have saved a lot of money.
The first time he showed up in issue 5, it actually wasn't bad. Because he wasn't in the whole issue. He was just being hired by Jessica Jones.
It could have been the worst part of the issue.
Hey, Garrett, do you get it Invincible Iron Man still?
Yes, I do.
Invincible Iron Man 596 is Brian Michael Bendis, Stefano Caselli, Alex Maleev, and Mike Dodetto on the cover. The Search for Tony Stark Part 4. Spoilers. Hey, you want to know something about this book?
What?
Skip forward 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But Marvel released it in a press release. Tony Stark's going to come back, by the way. So,
yeah, that kind of got revealed in 595.
Okay.
Yeah, so
are you looking forward to this? Is Brian Michael Bendis do you feel like he's going to wrap this up in a way that is going to feel satisfied, or is it going to feel like he just left the book?
No, I think having read the last couple of issues, and I read 595 yesterday, seriously one of the best comics I've read in a long time. And you'll see on my Catching Up with Garrett thing, you'll see on Facebook or Twitter on the Wednesday Comics page that wow, did 595 blow me out of the water? So I think, because I know 600 is going to be Brian Michael Bendis' last issue for Marvel, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I think Jessica Jones got delayed, so maybe that'll be actually the last stuff that comes out for Marvel from him. But, wow, this book has been blowing my mind, because it's taking Infamous Iron Man with Maleev and Bendis, and then taking Invincible Iron Man, squeezing it. It's basically like, it's like an annual that I get every week. I know I'm only getting like maybe 10 or so pages of each storyline, but man, does it work well together. Plus, yes, the things with Tony Stark and the Iron Man legacy, it's coming to a head. So I'm very excited to see. Isn't Dan Slott coming on after Bendis leaves?
That's correct, yes.
So that part, I'm like, but he's been doing pretty good in Amazing Spider-Man besides crossovers.
I was going to say, he's not bad. It's just that he's been on that book so long, it feels like he's doing the same thing over and over again. So,
but that's why I don't want him to come to Iron Man and do the same thing. So, but it'd be nice to see what I'm going to give him a chance, probably.
You know, that dude wanted to do Iron Man from the beginning. He made Spider-Man have that suit. And
yeah.
The dude's been trying to make Spider-Man Iron Man for the longest time. So it's like, he made him rich, he made him have his own company, he made him have that suit. So like, the dude is ready for Iron Man. So,
well, he probably loves Spider-Man Homecoming.
And he's excited for that game. That game's based on his comic. So, Jessica Jones number 16. Speaking of Brian Michael Bendis, this is Mike Gaydos and David Mack on the cover. Return of the Purple Man, Part 4. Parental advisory, not for kids. Is this how many issues is this running before it's over?
I think I saw, was it 18 or 20 is the last issue?
I think 18. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah,
so,
18, I believe.
What about this
3
book?
Issues left.
Do you feel this book is going to end in a way where it feels satisfying, or is it just going to feel like story is left untold?
No, I think he'll wrap it up. God, it sucks though. It's like when it's kind of like with Hawkeye, by Kelly Thompson. It's like when you're reading a great book, you never want it to end, but it should end at some point. And that's kind of what this is. It's kind of bittersweet because, obviously the Purple Man is huge, obstacle in Jessica Jones' life. But also you're dealing with the fact that this book's going to end. And then the next time someone writes Jessica Jones, it's not going to be Bendis who's writing her. So yeah.
That's right. This book is not ending. It's just being taken over by somebody else.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Just like the arc. So I'm just savoring, what final issues I have left. And depending on the concept of the new creative team, I might stay on, but I would doubt it. So,
Moon Knight number 191. This is Max Bemis and Haken Boros. Crazy Runs in the Family Part 4. Alex, I believe number 190. You said you enjoyed a lot. Is that correct?
Holy I loved 190. There was a cliffhanger in that book that just blew my brain.
I haven't read it yet. You're making me excited. It sounds like this book is still going great. Book.
You know how much I love, how much you and I love Thanos, Marvin?
Yeah.
This is a Garrett book that he can be like, holy shit, I love this book, and have amazingly great things to say. And if your brain isn't blown, I'm so disappointed in you.
Would you say?
Or impressed? We'll see.
Would you say Thanos? I think you said last week was number 1 Marvel book right now. Would you say this is number 2?
This is my number 2.
All right.
I read I look at these covers. One, that 189 reprint, that cover is amazing. Then you get into this next one for 191.
Yeah.
It is so good. Like, this book it looks amazing. And the crazy really does run the family type of thing. I can't wait for you guys to read this so we can talk about it.
By the way, I mean, new book. Hawkeye obviously holds a place in my heart, but like new books that have been coming out, like this whole legacy thing, if you wanted to try it, Moon Knight, Thanos, there you go. There's two good ones.
I would say that Thanos is my number 1, Moon Knight would be number 2, Hawkeye would be my number 3.
All right. What about Old Man Logan, number 34? This is Ed Brisson and Matteo Buffani? Moon over Madripoor, part 1. What do you think? Old Man Logan, I know there was an issue a couple issues ago you guys weren't so hot on, but then you said it bounced back. Excited for this next one?
So 31 was kind of crappy. 32 was a saving grace. 33 was... how far have you read, Garrett? Are you caught up?
Yeah, I'm caught up on this.
Okay.
I thought 33 was great.
Was okay.
It filled in a lot of answers and like the cliffhanger. Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I almost assumed it was her. So that's kind of lame that the person that you assume it is. Or maybe did I not read part 3?
I don't think you read part 3 because we knew that in 32.
Yeah, right. I only read 32 then.
Okay.
Oops.
So
I don't know. So 33 was okay. It was not good.
33 was good. It's the surprise factor that 32 had and the excitement I had for 32. Yeah, it was fine. So I don't know what to expect for this book. This book's been kind of hit or miss for me lately.
Well, I'm kind of sad that Deodato's not doing the art for this issue. That worries me.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know how that goes for us.
Right. I mean, the art's not bad. It's just not. I'm looking at the preview right now, and it's like it's manageable, and it actually looks pretty decent. But it's not. I don't know. It just kind of looks like a different style based on the fact that it's not Deodato's art. So, and I get that he doesn't do every single issue, but I think it's a little early in the game to be doing the little artist switcheroo.
Yeah.
Punisher Platoon number 5 of 6. This is Garth Ennis and Goran Pavlov. The platoon goes on a devastating mission that goes from bad to worse. Viet Cong soldier Lin Kuang has been after Frank and his men for months. Her chance to get them has arrived. Explicit content. This is 5 of 6. We're getting towards the end of this. And Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're not going to have a good ending here. I don't mean in quality. I mean in happy. So I don't think it's.
I think there's going to be a lot of blood.
I think to take a quote from Game of Thrones, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't paid attention to this story. I think it's just going to be blood, guts, and sadness all around.
I think this will be one of those, the big, hopefully, the first big fight that Frank has ever had to deal with. And so my hope is that either this issue or issue 6, when he fights her, it's going to be a bloody fight for him. I hope it's not just a cheap, he shoots her in the face and it's done. And
I think we would finally get our answer. Really, is Frank Castle really psychotic, or is he just like he a symptom of this war, or did he come into the war really crazy? So we'll see. I mean, we've been seeing him.
My guess is he's going to have the option to let her go and let her live, and he's going to destroy her.
There's definitely. I mean, it's been part of his mythology forever, but there's definitely something that happens here that makes him who he is. Yep. And I think that's what we're going to get over the next 2 issues. It's been great so far. It's really it's not like super. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like. It is slower paced, but when stuff goes down, it really does it's really intense during those moments. And I really do like that it slows down, and then, I mean, I guess it's like war, right? It's between fighting, there's nothing going on, and then you're all of a sudden in the middle of a firefight. So, good book, like it.
My hope is I thought this the whole time this book has been coming out, that every issue, I wish that the Punisher skull would fill in a little bit more as the issue progressed. Like as Frank becomes more of the Punisher.
Yeah.
But I guess it is what it is. I mean, it looks great the way it is, where you get to see half the skull and half of inside the book what this may contain.
Garrett, question. There's a new Star Wars Last Jedi, DJ number 1.
No.
You're not in?
I won't talk. That, no interest to me. A 30-second character, I'm good.
You mean you don't want to read his stuttering stammers all the time?
No.
Wait, you see
because we all know.
Alex, did you see the movie?
Lando.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Did we talk about this?
I'd seen it over Christmas break.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Hey, by the way,
hashtag where's Lando?
This is the DJ's life just before his appearance in the film. So, if you want to get that book, but
yeah,
that's
but basically it's just a prelude book like they've done for the Marvel movies.
That's the only thing with the Star Wars books that I don't like is that they're all like prequels to stuff that we know, and prequels really don't work when you know that the characters involved, nothing's going to happen to them. Like I know this guy lives because I saw him in the movie. Like nothing's going to happen to this guy. But like, I really wish that they would be telling stories that have nothing to do with the main characters. Like Dark Horse used to do, these other Star Wars books about other characters set super in the future or set in like a different part of the galaxy. Like that's what they should be doing. I'm not. I would be way more interested in those kind of books than this. Anything in the Upside Down? Do you guys want to talk about here?
Animosity
12.
Oh, Animosity 12. This is Margaret Bennett with art by Marcelo Maiolo. Twisting timelines converge as Jesse races to stop a war, and Sandor dives into the darkness of the family he loves. How's Animosity going? I know the spin-offs, some of them you guys have dropped, but Animosity you're still on. Still going strong, or how's it going?
I dropped it.
Yeah, Alex dropped it. I think it's been strong. The main series, the spin-offs, I think it's just a little too much. I think she needs to, there is some world established there, but I think it's just too spread out when you get to those things. But this book, I love the connection between Sandor and Jesse, especially what they're dealing with right now. It's kind of like it's been animals and Jesse, and then they're finally coming about their like first group of humans. So it's a lot like Walking Dead in that aspect, where it's kind of like fear of the unknown. Like you can't trust, even though they're all people, you can't really trust who you're with. So you don't know if they're like have ulterior motives of you being at their area, their town. So definitely interested to see what happens next.
There's the comics for 131.18. That is the last Wednesday of January, the 5th week, the Covenant 5th week. Not many books coming out, but of the books coming out, Alex, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, easy answer. Moon Knight 191. After reading 190, I'm so excited for this issue to come out.
How many issues into this arc are we? 4? 4. So if you're interested in that, 4 issues you got to pick up, get right into it. Garrett, what do you think? What are you looking forward to the most?
I would have to say probably the Flash annual, to be honest. I think I'm ready for a rebirth of 2018 for the Flash, so I'm excited to see what happens next in that book.
And I am looking forward to, by the way, my list is very short, so I'm looking forward to JLA Doom Patrol Special Number 1. These Milk Wars, I guess he happens with this Milkman. Like I said, if look at the preview. If the preview doesn't sell you, you're not going to be into it. But look at that preview. When I saw that, I was like, I'm in. So should be fun, exciting. A lot of nice. You know what? We talk about the quality of books that come out each week. Sometimes it's like, oh, well, it seems like they might be okay. I think this week is going to be a stronger week, even though there's not that much. We got Punisher Platoon, we got Moon Knight, we have this JLA Doom Patrol, we have Metal number 5. Astro City number 50 for me. There's a lot of stuff that has the potential to be great issues this week. So go out to your comic book shops. And while you're out there, Alex, how's the weather looking?
The weather's going to be pretty nice. Obviously, it's winter, but in where we're at, sure does feel like spring. 37 degrees. That's some hot weather in South Dakota. Wear your tank tops. Wear your summer dresses. Go for it.
Is 37 considered spring weather?
You know what? After like negative 30 degree weather, anything can feel like spring weather. When 0 is a good number to be outside, can't go wrong with 37.
Yeah, as long as there's no wind, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Garrett, what do you think? Them roads, how them roads looking?
You know what? This is a unicorn 5th week, but I feel like you definitely want to get to the shop early. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. So I would not wait very long to get to your shop and get those comics off the shelf because they will sell out. With Moon Knight, you got that JLA Milk Wars, you got some annuals. There's a lot of hot items, but not a lot of books coming out that week. So I think a lot of people are going to have a small list and they're going in and grabbing what they can. So get there at a decent time.
I hope that I actually like this Milk Wars thing. That for how much you guys are like, oh man, if you're not getting this book, if it doesn't interest you, you're not going to like it. I'm going to get this book even though I know shit about it. I bet you $50 I'm going to be like, this is stupid.
Just lie to us and tell us it's good.
Okay.
I was going to say, I can't take that bet because then you just lied to me to get $50. Hey, you know what they say about the 5th week? And hey, by the way, no, the 5th week is a week for you to kind of. I would think if I was a new person, like a new comic book reader, I think 5th week's the week you go in. These annuals, try them out. Clayface Origin. I don't think you have to know anything to get that book. Flash Prelude. If you want to know what's Flash Wars, get that book. A lot of annuals. Try the annuals if you're trying something new. Order this Milk Wars. Milk Wars might be a little weird, so watch out for that. But or if you want to go back and get those Moon Knight issues, it's a great week to, like, if you know someone who wants to get into comics, tell them go get something that is starting up. So it'd be great. Alex, speaking of Milk Wars, you know what they say about the milkman, right? He always rings twice. I've been Marvin.
I'm Alex.
That makes no sense. I'm Garrett.
Hey everyone, keep reading those books.